That guy's... Oh, he's going... Oh my god! What? Hello and welcome to part 2 of my game development journey. Last time we built some cool procedural generation for the terrain, got some foliage working, and we're starting on enemy generation. But I really wasn't happy with the design direction for how the game looked and felt at the end of the last episode, so I spent some time over the last couple days refining it, swapping out some models and doing a huge refactor, and I recorded this, but I was having audio issues with my old microphone, so I got a new microphone, but unfortunately that means that all my old footage doesn't have audio. However, I'll just do a short Rocky style montage with some of the changes that I made, and then I'll show you guys the end product here in a second. And this is where we were at. So you can see I've basically replaced every single model that we were using before with a new, nicer, more vibrant, kind of cartoony style. You can see there's different grass textures or different grass models here. We have some nice bushes and some flowering bushes. And then we have different trees entirely. So these trees now have different types. What's that called? What are tree species? Is that what it's called? So you can see we have different tree species. So we have some birch and some, I think these are cedar. And then we have some dead trees in here as well. And then we have a new character model. You can see it has actually a separate walking animation and then a running animation, which I think looks quite nice. Okay, so I am working on getting the zombies to chase the player, but there's some weird stuff that is going on. I'm just using the player position and then I'm having them face the player. A couple of weird things. They floating because they don't have any physics for gravity, and they're also always facing opposite of the player. Let me see if I can find a zombie here real quick. There they are. So you can see they are actually finding and moving towards the player, but they are walking backwards, so they're not even walking, they're just like hovering. And then they're not interacting with the ground. So, okay, we're making some progress here. Love to see it. All right, so the zombies now, if I can find some. Look at that! So now they will always face the player, and they will always pursue the player, coming after me, but they're still clipping through the ground a little bit. Okay, so I added a collision shape 3D. Oh, to the zombies. And now, oh, I also added the gravity effects. And now, look at that! Now I just have a horde of little zombie guys chasing after me. Okay, so alongside my zombie, I also have this tribal looking guy. And also this bunny, who also chased me. Look at these guys, they're pretty cute. I think we're going to start on the user interface now, maybe get a health bar. So we can start working on damage, and then maybe start getting some attack animations and attack mechanics going. Okay, so it's been a bit of a learning experience here working on the user interface. Bit of a learning experience working on the user interface stuff. User interface. We have a health bar now. Now I just have to take damage when I hit enemies. Oh, I'm stuck. Oh my gosh. Okay, about 4 hours later. We now have a somewhat working health bar. So you can see I've enabled visible collisions. You can see this big bubble around my player is the collision area. So if I can find a zombie. Okay, so if I walk into the zombie area, you'll see the health bar goes down. Okay, so now we're able to take damage. It's still buggy. So, okay, so I have added health bars to the zombies now, just modifying my player's health bar a little bit. So now all the zombies have health bars that are floating around above them. And now we just need to work on the attack mechanics, at least get some basic attack animations and bullets and damage and that sort of thing going, so I can damage the enemies and start getting a working or more working game. Uh-oh. Okay, so I've done some more work on the player movement mechanics and then also some animation stuff. So you can see it starts out normal, the player you have full movement of, that's a bad example. If I press Alt on the keyboard, the player will move to face the nearest enemy. And then if I press left Alt again, I have full control over him again, but if I press left Alt, he'll snap. So pretty nice. I'm thinking about making this kind of like an auto shooter. So the player will always be shooting, especially in this mode maybe where he turns to face the nearest zombie. But then if I press Alt again, I can have free movement over the player and where he's aiming and that sort of thing. Okay, I'm working on shooting now, and some pretty funny things happening. I thought I'd show this. Okay, so when I enter the auto target mode, okay, so okay, I made some adjustments, and it's, I think, even more hilarious. If I hit them in the right spot, they will launch into the air. That guy's, oh, he's going, oh my god, what? He's, oh my, he's gone. Okay, so I am currently working on making a muzzle flash so that when I shoot my gun, it's obvious that I'm shooting my gun. So if you see when I switch to auto shoot, oh, it's actually working better than I thought it was. Okay, so the muzzle flash is starting to look a little bit better. You can see there's some particles. It's not great, but it's a good starting place, at least for some visual input for the user to know when they're shooting. The next things I think we're going to start working on is the damage to the enemies, and then maybe some sort of experience. So when I kill an enemy, I can level up and then select skills to pick from to make my fighting better, different skills and different abilities and that sort of thing. So pretty excited for that. But I think that's going to do it for this episode. I think we made some great... Man, as soon as I start talking about how much progress I've made, this starts happening. What is... Really? Okay, at least these guys are... So, made some good progress, got some enemy following logic, completely revamped the terrain and, well, basically every asset, and got some health logic working for the player and the enemies, and also got some shooting animations and logic working, even though it's still very janky. So I'm pretty happy with that. The next steps are going to be, whoa, some progression. So when you kill a zombie, you get some experience. When you level up, after, you know, reaching the requirements for the level up, then you can select skills to make your attack stronger. So those are kind of my next steps and thoughts. Obviously there's a lot to clean up, but I'm pretty happy with the progress that I've made so far. So thanks for watching, and I hope you'll see me in the next episode.